Okay, thank you very much, Isaiah. Well, it gives me a great pleasure to welcome, on behalf of Aya and all of our entire network, to welcome the Rhode Island Turnpike and Bridge Authority, RITPA. And their challenge topic is BridgeLink BridgeLink Smart Transit System. So I'm loving this. Okay. So let's talk a little bit about that. Okay. The BridgeLink Smart Transit System is designed to alleviate traffic congestion and enhance sustainable mobility around the Newport Pale, Mount Hope, Jamestown, Verrazano, and Seconic River bridges. The RIPA team's very comprehensive strategy focuses on increasing bus frequency, enhancing bus stop infrastructure, implementing advanced digital tools, and introducing incentive programs to encourage public transit use. And I'm going to introduce the members of the team, and I want to acknowledge that we have their executive director, Lori Silveri is in the room, their point of contact, who's been the trustee. I know he says, oh no, it's not a mentor. I'm more like a papa or what. It's Rafe Ciola, who's been with the team through. Daniel, I know you're supported by Seth with the tech support, but we very much have appreciated your helping to make this possible for us each year. And now I want to go to the members of the team. Okay. Nicholas Brewer is currently enrolled as a civil engineering student at the University of Rhode Island, URI. Growing up, he developed a passion for building and design, and he spent countless hours with Legos. Okay. And then as he got older, Nicholas started to really get into the construction process and the ability to bring ideas to life. So driven by that passion, he's decided on a career in civil engineering and is dedicated to expanding his knowledge and the skills in this field. Beyond academics, he prioritizes his physical health and he enjoys working out because he says it not only keeps him fit, but also keeps that mental acuity going and that healthy balance between physical and mental health. And then during his downtime, he's been enjoying playing and learning chess, okay, which once again helps to sharpen his critical thinking and problem solving. And then one of the areas he's really been exploring and loving and learning more about is urbanism and designing cities. And so in the future, his dream is to become an Imagineer. Okay, I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly at Disney, so that he can combine his passion for design and construction with his love for creating immersive experiences. And I've been putting a footnote on that because one of the things we're going to be asking everybody at the end of this second year is to really help us think of what is the best way that we can enhance the innovation challenge with a real focus on the whole new technologies and immersion and stuff. So I have you check down here, Nicholas. Okay. Seth Fast not okay. I am. He's currently enrolled at the Community College of Rhode Island (CCRI), where he is pursuing a degree in mechanical engineering. He was born in Michigan and lived in many places throughout the U.S. He particularly enjoys reading, sailing, playing and developing video games, and designing whatever fits his fancy. Okay, so thank you, and Seth, thank you very much for participating yesterday evening in the career awareness trivia. We were delighted to see you there. And then Eliana Marines, okay. Eliana is currently enrolled at the Community College of Rhode Island, CCRI again, majoring in mechanical engineering. She was born in Providence, Rhode Island, and proudly claims her Dominican and Peruvian descent. And her hobbies are hiking, traveling, and trying new things. Engineering is something that she is absolutely passionate about as a career, and she truly, really enjoys problem solving and improving designs to better the standard of living for everyone, and just fascinated by that. Okay. Thank you so much for your participation. Jasmine Morales. Jasmine is currently enrolled at CCRI as a computer engineering student. Alongside her studies, she has a passion for making jewelry, baking, reading, playing tennis, and coding. Now, this is a diversified woman, okay? She is particularly drawn to space exploration and dreams of one day joining NASA, contributing to the design, programming, and creation of systems that propel our understanding of the universe. And then Jasmine Paiva. Okay. Jasmine, thank you as well for participating yesterday evening. She's currently enrolled at CCRI as a full-time student majoring in electrical engineering. Her hobbies include reading, walking, playing video games, and watching TV. She also loves animals, and she has two dogs. They had two dogs growing up, a Dachshund and one bird, which was a cockatiel. Okay. And she also loves learning and working with really hands-on with different projects and really likes that creative side. Okay. And so now I'd like to just briefly introduce our judges. Okay. We have Andrew Brennan, and Andrew Brennan is the vice president over the transit practice for national engineering firm HNTB. He doesn't. He's a planner, engineer, and all of that. He never tells you very much about the PE part, but because he brings all that to the table. Deborah Salinas is vice president of marketing and community relations and all things kind of government and stuff at Sacramento Regional Transit District. Very, very delighted to have Taylor Gill. Taylor Gill is MTA New York Metro North. She's a deputy director of performance management, but she also started life as a bus operator, and so she brings a very rich set of perspectives to the table. Terry James is Miss Get It All Done at Jacksonville Transportation in Florida, and they're particularly noted for innovation and all the work that they do around that. Okay. And so we're really delighted. She has a tremendous portfolio in terms of education or career awareness programs and much, much, much in the infrastructure support areas. And then we rounded out with Michael Cavett. Mike is a retired IT executive, and he's also the STEAM program chairman for Sigma Nu chapter of Omega Psi Phi Fraternity International, and also their Alabama statewide organization in the STEM programming. And so with that, it gives me great pleasure to now turn it back to the RICBA team and to Isaiah. Okay, so Mr. I, take us away.
Hi, we're the team from CCRI, and our project's name is the BridgeLink Smart Transit System, which enhances mobility around the Newport Pell, Mount Hope, Jamestown Verrazano, and the Sakonnet River bridges. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Eliana Marines, and I'm a mechanical engineer student. Introducing Rhode Island to high occupancy lanes, also known as HOV lanes, can give passengers the option to bypass congested high traffic areas. With the incentive of saving time on the road, carpoolers and bus riders are able to pay a fee to avoid sitting in traffic. This traffic management strategy prompts and encourages ride sharing, which maximizes the people carrying capacity since these lanes are intended for use only by vehicles carrying more than 2 riders.
My name is Jasmine Morales, and I am a computer engineering student at CCRI. Increased bus frequency and digital tools are crucial to reduce traffic congestion during bridge maintenance. Adjusting bus schedules to offer more frequent services during peak hours ensures smoother and faster commutes that reduce reliance on personal vehicles. Introducing a mobile app for real-time bus tracking, route planning, and ride incentives enhances convenience and efficiency for commuters. Both minimize traffic delays caused by bridge work and encourage sustainable choices that benefit the entire community.
Hi, I'm Nick Brewer. I'm a civil engineering student. And enhancing bus infrastructure, such as bus stops, with modern amenities and safety features such as shelters, seating, lighting, and real-time information displays can help people avoid congestion on the roads and get people to ride the buses as well as dedicated bus lanes to get buses from point A to B much faster, more efficient, and on time.
Hi, my name is Jasmine Paiva, and I'm an electrical engineering student at CCRI. I will be talking about optimized bus routes. If we implement bus routes based on passengers' demands and traffic conditions. This can stop traffic congestion altogether and ultimately get people to ride the buses more, as well as ensure efficient and direct routes to key destinations that passengers need to travel to.
Hi, my name is Seth Fosna. I'm a mechanical engineering major at CCRI. Part of this project would include an incentive program to help increase rides in the bus. For example, for every 5 rides on a RIP the bus, you can get $3 off a burger somewhere, which not only incentivizes going to ride the bus, but also incentivizes going to help support local businesses. This will help Rhode Island residents through frequent flyer discounts as well as tourists who are looking for their next meal. All of this coming together to help clear roadways and allow for a smoother flow of traffic around bridge construction and maintenance.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Dr. Scott, for the introduction. Team RIPA, I will now reset the timer to be 15 minutes, but you guys now have the next 15 minutes to introduce yourselves and deliver your pitch presentation to the national judges. Thank you so much.
Hi, we're the RIPA team in CCRI, and
The microphone's up a little bit behind you guys. Sorry if you want to speak closer to the mic. That might be better.
where is it? Oh, it's that one. Hi, we're the team from CCRI and RIPTA, the Rhode Island Turnpike and Bridge Authority, and my name is Nick Brewer.
My name is Jasmine Piper. I'm Liliana Marie.
My name is Seth Bosma,
I'm Jasmine Morales.
and this is our innovative concept called BridgeLink Smart Transit System. So due to recent mass infrastructure upgrades across the state of Rhode Island and in the country, due to the bipartisan infrastructure bill, our innovative concept, BridgeLink Smart Transit System, presents a timely and innovative concept for the solution.
This project would fulfill community needs by addressing traffic congestion through innovative bus lanes and car options and optimized and dynamic bus routes in a forward-thinking approach to urban mobility management. It would also serve underserved and vulnerable communities through affordability, inclusivity, and access to essential services. It would also help environmental with reduced emissions.
An innovative aspect of this project includes increased bus frequency, which aims to reduce wait times, encourages public transit use, and alleviates traffic congestion. Research shows it improves access to jobs and services, enhances service reliability, and boosts ridership during peak hours. One of the largest challenges facing mass transit is where to park riders' vehicles. The great solution is by partnering with places like colleges and malls that have large parking lots that are mostly unused and set up a hub to transport people. Pictured is the University of Rhode Island, and during the summer, the parking lots are empty. There's already bus and shuttle infrastructure set up, and it could host people who would like to avoid all the traffic and congestion crossing the Jamestown and Newport bridges.
Another suggestion is dedicated travel lanes. There are 2 options, with one being bus lanes. Bus lanes are exclusive lanes that aim to reduce travel time and encourage public transit. These lanes provide a faster alternative to general traffic. Rapid bus transit increases its reliability with more predictable bus schedules. And with more satisfied riders, it can lead to increased ridership. Improving the accessibility to business and job centers can also lead to economic development. Another option is HOV lanes. HOV lanes is an exclusive lane ride sharers have an option of optimizing by paying a small fee. Cars with 2 or more people will have the ability to use this traffic management strategy to travel quickly and reliably by avoiding general traffic congestion. Single car riders with regulatory permission can also have the option to pay congestion pricing to go on these lanes. To get these lanes established, a public authority appointed by a local or state government will have to approve of these lanes. This authority will need to develop, manage, maintain a program that will collect a toll for single passengers and oversee the lanes. They will also have to create policies for the demand of these HOV lanes and bus lanes. These lanes must be in the best interest of the traveling public and have to meet all the necessary requirements met. Enhanced mobility promotes a faster commute time across turnpikes and bridges while incentivizing carpooling. Enforcement. These priority lanes can be regulated and monitored by existing cameras and using the mobile app and by setting regulations. Restrictions. Not all congested areas or bridges are able to implement an HOV lane, such as the Mount Hope Bridge or any one-lane freeway.
Another way we can use optimized bus routes. We can implement dynamic routing based on passenger demand and traffic conditions, as well as ensure efficient and direct routes to key destinations. This will minimize cost, travel time, and fuel consumption, additionally decreasing traffic congestion. It will enhance experience for riders and get people to ride the buses more. We as well need to consider external factors such as capacity, travel time, and construction. To keep buses and shuttles running at peak efficiency, we need to look at routes. We could combine stops that are close together in a central location that can share a bus stop. We should try to avoid overlaps and not have routes cross each other or cause delays with height, weight, and turn restrictions. We could look at responsiveness and plan efficiently and consider the most efficient order for stops to minimize delays. And look at construction zones. Identify construction zones and what areas and locations are impacted the most for ridership by the influx of traffic.
We need to upgrade bus infrastructure. Having things like bus bays, which are the areas in front of bus stops off the side of the street, can help with traffic inflow and protect passengers getting off and on the buses more safely without impeding on the actual road. By also adding bus lanes, we can also add priority signaling. Priority signaling is a technology that adjusts traffic signals in real time and gives buses priority at intersections, which allows them to pass through more efficiently. And the only difference is that it's the same setup as the normal stoplight, but at the top it has a circle with a straight up and down bar that lights up white, so it's not easily confused with any other signals. It's very different and very impressive. By also enhancing our bus stops, our actual infrastructure, with popular routes, we should be adding shelters for well-designed, weather-resistant shelters to provide passengers with protection from the elements. We can also add advertisements on these shelters for additional revenue to help promote the infrastructure upgrades, as well as adding lighting to ensure that all bus stops are well lit with energy-efficient LED lights for safety and visibility. We can add real-time information systems by adding digital displays, installing real-time digital displays at bus stops showing the arrival times, delays, and route information about many different bus routes. The mobile app integration will also add the tracking and information features available at bus stops for easy access. Accessibility features. ADA compliance is in place to make sure that all bus stops are fully accessible, including features like ramps, tactile paving, and vision for the visually impaired. Also, audio announcements, implementing them on buses and on bus stops for those with visual impairments as well. And then ADA compliance also says that there must be some place for the elderly and impaired to sit. And then attractive bus stops promote ridership by providing accurate information and a safe experience for any potential rider or loyal rider. Attractive infrastructure for better public transit. People are naturally drawn to well-designed and comfortable spaces. By enhancing our bus infrastructure, we can attract more riders and overall make public transit usage go up. And then also, public transit is very important, and more people need to be able to use it. And most poles in the state have just a small sign that says RIPTA on it.
the Rhode Island public transit system. And there's not anywhere to sit for most of them. So by upgrading and picking on potential routes and combining them, we can add better bus stops, better transportation, and better usage.
Because of how difficult it will be to convince people to go from their cars to buses, we will implement an incentive program. A recent report from ANTA says that almost 3/4 of people will be more likely to switch brands, in this case from their cars to buses, if there was a loyalty program. These ridership and ship incentives would help boost the local economy with coupons and discounts, getting people to go to places. There would be physical redemptions for those who do not have a mobile device. Frequent flyers will get better discounts, such as 10 cents off gas for every 10 miles they go on a RIPTA bus. There would also be tourist discounts and event ridership for similar routes to go faster. And there would also be a family plan to make bulk tickets to make it easier and more attractive to ride together. All of this leads into our mobile app, which you can track and locate the next bus, seat times for arrival, as well as plan routes and redeem rewards and incentives while promoting sustainable transportation choices.
The abilities of this mobile app include AI predictive modeling, where you can see when the buses are the busiest, real-time bus monitoring, which actively allows you to see how long until the next bus arrives, smart infrastructure, which displays information at bus stops and hubs, bus schedule matching, where you can see what routes align with your day the best, HOV lane passes that can be used to purchase HOV lane passes and used to avoid bridge traffic, and data privacy, which ensures all data is securely managed, protecting rider information. An application of this is used in the Wave app by RIPTA, where you can allow customers to make payments. And a future app feature of this will also be applied here at the Rhode Island Turnpike and Bridge Authority, where third-party payments will be able to be made on the same platform for customers that use things like an Easy Pass.
Turning our concept into a timeline for data. It starts with the pilot program. To test the system in one bridge area and see how it does. Public engagement, gathering feedback, and building support from the community. Technology rollout, launching a mobile app with its tracking and incentive features. Performance monitoring, using data analytics to track progress and make adjustments as needed. Infrastructure upgrades, enhancing bus stops and adding bus lanes in or days.
So this is a quote by the Secretary of Transportation that I feel encompasses our project and concept pretty well. Fiscally robust infrastructure is not enough if it fails to foster a healthy community. Ultimately, all infrastructure is social. And what he's saying by this is that, sure, having roads and bridges is great, but if they separate and divide communities and don't offer ways that people are able to see each other and visit and walk around, then it's not really infrastructure, it's a wall. And in order to connect communities and heal communities that have been scarred by highways, bridges, and anything that's divisive, we need to connect more people. And I think that using this solution to get rid of traffic congestion and step up and get more people to ride public infrastructure and get it all encompassed into one social solution and make it more popular, because this isn't a solution, it's a must. And a future with BridgeLink is bright. Thank you.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Team RipBuff, for your guys' presentation. I will now be resetting the timer, and you'll get a full 15 minutes to have a Q&A session led by our national chair, Mr. Andrew Brennan. So, Mr. Andrew, feel free to take it away. Thank you so much.
Great, thank you. Team, that was really good, really well thought out, and well presented. I really appreciate the work you put into it. I'm gonna let my colleagues start with questions first. I think we'll start with Terry, and then after Terry, we'll go to Deborah. So Terry, any questions or comments for you?
Thank you. Team, phenomenal job. Very good job. My question, what do you see as your greatest obstacle and how do you plan to overcome it?
So one of our greatest obstacles as for any public infrastructure is funding. Funding is the #1 issue that most places face. A solution to that is public grants, or the latest and greatest infrastructure bill, the bipartisan infrastructure bill. And even if we get a little bit of that money, that would boost this program to leaps and bounds to where it needs to be. Because this isn't a very complicated system, and is a concept that can be applied anywhere. So the more and more it's used, the less and less it should ideally cost. And then also another obstacle is communities. Do they want this? And then another one is cohesion between different public and private authorities. So for our system to need to work, we've had to work with the RIPBA, and obviously the DOT.
Great, Deborah,
Thank
and then
you.
after Deborah, we'll go to Mike.
Sure. Great presentation. I enjoyed that. Well thought out. Just a quick question. I want to make sure in the PowerPoint that you share in the presentation, how did you have to implement that first part about like bus improvements, all those ideas first in order for this app to be successful, or how did those two work together?
So the buses don't necessarily need to be as updated. Anything, even if the bus driver had the app, for example, if something like that, because they communicate to each other, the buses don't necessarily need to be updated, where they could just have a smartphone with that.
I apologize. I think I wasn't clear. It's the whole bus infrastructure, all those ideas that you put forth. How did they work together?
So they mostly work together as stages. So getting people to ride the bus is the first step, and then implementing the app, and then the bus infrastructure, the physical infrastructure is the last step, because that takes the most time, because you need to jump through all the hoops, and then public support, you need the funding support from the governments and local facilities. So it's more of a step-based system. So in our slideshow, let me pull it up really quick. In our concept to reality stage, so the pilot program, and it progresses throughout. So it goes to the pilot program, then get public engagement, technology rollout, and performance modeling. So that's just initially to see, do people want this? Does it work in the spot? How effective is it? And then you kind of just start going through the steps to see if it's viable here.
Okay, great. Mike?
Hey team, great job. Presentation was excellent. I did have one question. When you were talking about offering gas discounts, how do you imagine this partnerships with stations and the redemption of these discounts for the gas for them using the new product?
Well, gas is sold almost at market value. So when you would fill up your gas, you would go say, hey, I have this redemption coupon, and show them the QR code or whatever. They would then be reimbursed by the state. And while you're there, you might as well buy a soda pop. That will then increase their revenue and make them more likely to be a part of this.
Okay. I had another question in regards to the HOV lane passes. How do you propose, were you proposing that to be an online purchase of that? Say, for example, myself, I might be visiting, passing through, and I'm traveling down the highway, but I want to utilize that lane. Or is that a physical purchase?
It could be
be like the same thing as like an Easy Pass? Like it's scanning your license plate and then it automatically just sending you a bill, or you going online and paying it, or like something like that, or like a toll, like you have to stop and pay.
Very good. And that's all I have. Thank you.
Great. Okay. Let's see, Taylor, any questions?
Yeah, great job, everyone. Loved your presentation. I was curious for the like traffic prediction on the AI side, if there's any existing data sets that could be leveraged. I know that you've talked about like multiple bridges, so I'm sure everyone is an entirely different story. But if there's any existing data sets, even for like a live feed, maybe not as much of a prediction, but to help people, you know, not really sure. Yeah, there's varying degrees of what AI means. So, you know, simple models are also AI. Just wondering if you've found any data sets that show traffic in the areas.
Yeah. You got it. All right.
From a source named Mondo Insights, we learned that leveraging AI applications and real-time data in public transportation systems enhances operational efficiency and improves services predictably and increases responsiveness. Also, AI applications and systems like public transportation contribute to significant improvement in passenger experience by enhancing service predictability.
Okay, great. Okay, I wanted to sort of follow up on Terry's question when she asked, what were your challenges? And you said money, and it's always a challenge. But you also mentioned community engagement and community reaction to the project. What would you envision the community reaction would be? Would you envision opposition to it? And if so, around what kind of areas, and how would you maybe overcome that?
So initially, a lot of communities are going to be shocked, and they're not going to know what it really is. And I think that's what scares most people. People are afraid of change, and a lot of people don't like change. But once they see how it's working for the community, and by going to community halls and having public talks and just even sponsoring programs by getting the name out there and having feedback, I think that once they acknowledge that, hey, this is an okay idea, I can see how this would work, and then maybe they even try it for themselves, and they have a free trial period to get people on the system in a different location perhaps to see if they would want it in their system, in their local communities. And we can go through community leaders or just the free base as well. And I think that once people get to see it, they'll see that, hey, this is a good idea. I either like this or I don't like it. And then maybe this is something that they could vote on in the future. It requires federal or state or local money. I think that it is most likely going through that local government per level.
Okay, great. Do any of the judges have any additional questions with the time that we have left? No? Deborah, no? I can't see Terry. Terry, no? Okay. All right, well, that's Isaiah, I'm going to turn it back to you with a little bit of time and take it from here.
Yeah, totally. Thank you so much, national judges, for that great Q&A session. RITBA team, this is your chance to deliver any final closing remarks you would like to give to the judges. You know, essentially just give any takeaways that you want us to have following your guys' pitch presentation.
Yeah, so initially we thought about this and we started from, okay, how can we fix these bridges? And then we took a step back and we thought about it. How can we fix this and apply it to any work zone or congestion zone? Because it's not just about a bridge or a group of bridges. It's about, hey, this is a really good idea. We think that this could work almost anywhere because it's more of a concept instead of a one thing for this bridge. So then we were thinking about it. And one of the largest headlines in the state recently has been the Washington Bridge. And it's, I don't know if you've heard about it, but it suffered a pin fracture. And now there's massive amounts of traffic congestion running through Providence, the main hub of Rhode Island. you can't really get anywhere in Rhode Island without going to Providence. It's just made all of these constant backups, even into the other state of Massachusetts. And so we were thinking about this, and hey, if we were able to apply this here, why wouldn't it work here? So we took a step back into the drawing board and we we're like, okay, what can we do to make this feasible for anywhere? And then we thought about, hey, if we can get people out of their cars into buses or HOV lanes and just have more people condensed in one location to get through faster. And we believe in this concept and we think that you should too. Thank you.
Awesome. Thank you very much, Team
Thank you
Ritba.
very much.
Dr. Scott, feel free to take us home.
Well, you know, I'm always take you home. I am just so impressed. I was deeply honored to work in Rhode Island for 6 years. And some of the underbelly here, one, I want to thank Ripa for thinking about the bus side. Okay. Where Newport is like an island. Okay, it really is. Okay. And in the working there were literally people who had never crossed from over on the Providence, I'm going to say on this end, and then basically come in and particularly folks who are more vulnerable, just more vulnerable. That is, they just, the whole thing in terms of uses of public transportation, it was just fascinating to me. They've never been, okay. And I'm saying I've never actually taken services back and forth. The other thing too, is that this is an area that goes through a tremendous transformation. I don't have my numbers in front of me, but at the time I was there, say Newport was about 50,000 people residential. But it is also a major tourism place, major. And so so this is really practical too. And that's why I'm saying to the team, I'm so impressed. Because literally you would burgeon over a 3.5 to 4 month period to almost 1 million people that are coming in to go to Newport. Okay. And so these issues of congestion, how do you address it, on top of the fact that there's funding is always an issue, but there's also quite a bit of construction that is taking place because the bridges have been in such disrepair that there has been the benefit of some pretty major investments under the Bipartisan Infrastructure Act, which is making the issue of congestion and how do you look for more innovative ways of bringing things together. So I just, when I saw this one, which is bridges to, like bridges to transit and thinking in bigger ways, okay, I just think it's very, very impressive. So no, thank you very, 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 very much for this. You did a great job. Thank you.